here and I'm marinating the chicken. I put it in mustard, a little onion powder, a little garlic powder, and parsley, and I'm letting that sit. So this is step one. Chicken breasts, you can find them at your local grocery store. I split these in half, so yeah, so you'll see that there. All right, so our next step two, you want to make sure that you have your, I like to use Prego, so you're going to make sure you have your spaghetti sauce. Okay, you'll also need the seasoned coating mix for chicken. You'll also need some French fried onions. These just really give it that good texture, and that's what I like. I know it says French fried onions. It doesn't, you don't really get that onion taste. It just gives them the really good texture. Okay, you'll also need some fancy shredded cheese. You can use Parmesan, whatever type of cheese you like. So yeah. Alright guys, so here is the spaghetti squash. We are going to split it in half. This can be a little tough, so you just want to make sure that you are being very careful. Me personally, I like to take the knife and turn the sharp part away from me. And just go in the middle. Hold it down very firmly. Get a good spot. You know, you want to make sure it's halfway. You can kind of see if it's halfway. So once you find your spot, then you kind of wiggle the knife back out. Okay? And then you just make your line. So that way you can see. Okay? I love the way these smell. It's so fresh. I said you want to make sure you get all this gunk out, or else it'll be kind of like slimy in your spaghetti. So yeah. So now we're gonna remove that. I like to just take the knife and go around. You just want to make sure that your stove is at 380, 375, somewhere in between there. My oven has been preheating, so we want to get up to 400, but like I said, you want to start it off at 375. So we're going to stick them in the oven, and you want to put them on the bottom rack. Okay, and you're going to let them cook for You're gonna let them cook for about 35 minutes. Once they're done, we'll pull them out and we'll show you how to. The seasoned coating mix. This is the Food Line brand. It's for chicken. You can use this if you want your chicken crispy, but you don't want to fry it. This is great for that, and that's what I'm going to use it for. So we have this, and we're actually breading the chicken. So we're going to be mixing the seasoned coating mix along with the French fried onions and some fancy shredded cheese. Our chicken has marinated very, very well with the mustard, the parsley, onion powder, and accent. Our next step is to dip the chicken. So I have a clean, fresh pan here. I did grease it with a little olive oil, so you want to make sure you do that before you stick your chicken inside the pan. Make sure it's coated very well. And if you notice it's not really coating that well, you can always go back and add mustard to your chicken here if it's not sticking. Alright guys, so we are done. This is what your chicken should look like after it's breaded. The next step is to stick it in the oven, and your oven should already be preheated to 400 because you do have your butternut squash in there. So we're just gonna stick these right on top and then move on to the next step. So as you can see, the butternut squash are browning. You want them to kind of look a little caramelized. As you can see, the ones on the left are getting there. The ones on the right are getting there as well. So we're just going to take the chicken and stick it right on top. And close up the oven and come back to see what it looks like in about 30 minutes. I'm done. I'm flipping them over. I'm getting them ready. I have flour here, salt and pepper. We just want to toss these in here like this, and we're gonna take it straight to the stove. That's the next step. You're gonna follow me. Come on, camera crew. We're gonna take it straight to the stove, and you want to make sure that your stove, you have your oil here, is on at least I don't know how your oven is, but I would say at least 5 or 6, or you want to say medium to medium high. Okay, you want to make sure your grease is good and hot. I always like to test it by sprinkling a little flour, and if it sizzles, that means it's ready. If it does not, that means it's not ready. So we're just going to wait a few more seconds. And just lay them in there like that, and they'll fry up nice and brown. So we'll just do 4 at a time for right now. Alright, so this is what they look like after we fry them golden brown. We're going to sprinkle a little salt. Alright, and then we're going to move to the next step. Alright, so our last step before we put these back in the oven, we're going to fill them with sauce. And like I said, I like to use Prego traditional. So we're going to start with that one. I'm going to fill each one about 1/4 of the way. Okay. Okay. Then we're going to put some cheese in there. You can use whatever kind of cheese you prefer. I'm just mixing it up today. We're just really layering this here, guys. Okay. The next step, we're going to add a little more cheese. You want to really get around the brown. so the next step is we're gonna add the eggplant on top of the cheesy butternut spaghetti squash. As you can see, it's covered in cheese. So we're just gonna add 2 to each butternut squash. Okay. If you would like to add more, you are more than welcome to do so. But according to my cut and my fit, 2 fits perfectly. Alright. So they are looking good. We have a few leftovers and I'm just going to put them on the side. Also, you don't have to do this, but I like to top mine with the Buttery Home Style Mashed Potatoes by Idaho. It just gives it a little more crisp. We're going to go ahead and top it off with some parsley flakes all over. Okay. All over. I love parsley. Okay. So now, go ahead and turn your oven on broil. And then after you have it on broil, you can go ahead and stick it in the oven. So our oven has already been on broil, so we're going to go ahead and stick it in the oven. You want your oven to at least be on broil for about 2 to 3 minutes before you stick it in there. And we'll stick it in there like that. Come back in about 5 to 10 minutes and we'll check it out. Finished product, y'all. Guys, so I'm super excited. We're about to dig in. Ooh. Let's see. I think I'm gonna start right here. Make sure I get some chicken. All right. Let's see. Trying to grab some of the chicken. There we go. This is it. This is it. You want to cut the carbs by not using pasta noodles. This is it.